Hey everybody, welcome to the fourth edition of Deck Profile Friday. In this video, we'll be going over one of my favorite 2005 and 2006 decks of the Pokemon Modified format. But more specifically, we'll be going over the 2006 version of the deck. Now, this here is based off of John Kettler's top 32 list that he used at the 2006 World Championships. And one of my favorite things about this list is the fact that it doesn't play the Holon engine, which means to actually build a deck, it's not going to be quite as expensive as, let's say, other variations and versions of the deck or even other decks, right? So without further ado, here we go. So we have a 4-2-4 Ludicargo line, and then a 3-3 Ludicargo line. So the big thing with this is that with Ludicargo and Ludicargo, right? The two of them work in tandem with each other. We'll do Ludicargo first. With Ludicargo, its smooth over ability allows you to search your deck for any one card and put it on top of your deck, which is absolutely amazing. And when you combine that with Ludicargo, it's Swing Dance, which allows you to draw a card. Or if you combine it with something like, let's say, a Steven's Advice, you're able to draw that any one card, right? So you're pretty much searching any card that you want with no drawback, which is awesome. Its first attack on Ludicargo knockover is not too all right. You're not really going to be attacking with it as much as one would think, or attacking like as much as Ludicargo, but it's not too bad of an attacker if you're facing something like that's metal weak, like let's say a Steelix EX, or anything that's grass. Nothing really comes to mind that's weak to fire for grass, but it's not too bad in that case. 3 energy to retreat's kind of terrible, and a water weakness, which is not really too bad, is the only thing that's really being played that's water is Blastoise EX in the LBS deck, and then obviously other Ludicargos. So yeah, 80 HP is kind of standard, and then with the Slugma, not too bad of a starter. It allows you to draw a card for 1 energy, and I think that the biggest thing with that, with the Slugma, is that it's got a horrible 2 retreat cost, which means it's going to take a lot to get it out of the active, meaning that you're might be just better off just leaving it up there for someone to attack into, right, and get it knocked out. On to Ludicargo. So Ludicargo is pretty much the main attacker of the deck. 100 HP, which is good. 2 retreat costs. That's about average. First attack, Healing Steps for has 1 energy for 30 damage, and then you may discard as many cards as you like from your hand if you do remove that many damage counters from Ludicargo. So huge hands are actually pretty common in this deck, so it's not too bad of an attack to use if you're looking to get some healing done. But keep in mind too that a lot KO Ludicargo because of the 100 HP, right? Second attack, Circular Steps for 1 water and 2 colorless. It does 10 damage times the number of Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, excluding Ludicargo. So with full benches and obviously your opponent's active, you're able to hit for 110 damage for 3 energy, right? Excluding any additions or subtractions to the damage amount. Weak to lightning as well, which is not really too common of a weakness. There is Dark Ampharos and Mutric, which is played not really a whole lot, but it still is there, right? Lombre, this is a really good one here. 70 HP, 1 retreat cost, weak to lightning. It's mainly there for its Aqua Lift. If it has any water attached, the retreat cost is 0. So this is a nice card to have in the deck to give it access to to a way where there's free retreat. So pretty good. Its attack's not too bad. You can do 2 for 2 energies, 2 colorless energies. It can do 40 with a good flip of on the coin. Lotad there. It's got 50 HP for 1 energy. Surprise, 10 damage. Choose a card from your opponent's hand without looking. Look at the card and then have your opponent shuffle that into his or her deck. So that's a pretty good attack. Weak to lightning and 1 retreat cost. So pretty good, actually. Pretty good. On to the other Pokemon in the deck. There isn't a whole lot, but we do have a few. We got a 1/1 Rhydon line, and then 4 Plezzle. So we'll go over the Rhydon first. The Rhydon, good thing with this is its type. You know, it's a fighting type, which means that it's able to hit a lot of things for weakness. Dark Tyrannitars, like the Pokebody spreading one, but the other one, the pure dark one. Dark Ampharos, Steelix, Manectrix, right? It's able to hit actually quite a bit for weakness with its Hyper Tail attack. That's mainly why it's in there. If it has any Poke Powers or Pokebodies, this attack does 50 damage plus 20 more damage. So it's able to do pretty much 140 to a Steelix, right? Which is actually 10 damage away from a KO. It's got 2 retreat costs, which is, I think pretty generous considering the type of Pokemon Rhydon is, which is pretty bulky and slow. 90 HP, which is not too bad for a stage 1. And weak to water, so that's a fairly good weakness to have. Rhyhorn is in there just to evolve to Rhydon. So, but it can, depending on what your opponent starts with, right? If they start off with a Holon's Cast form, and you're able to, get 2 heads on the coin, right? With a combination of a strength charm, you're able to knock out that cast form turn 1. So you can do a turn 1 donk with this, but it's not really likely going to happen. So that's the Rhydon. The Plezzle there, really good card. Call for Family, which is mainly why it's in there. It's like the newer version of Dunsparce from the old 2004-2005 format. Search your deck for up to 2 basic, and then put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterward for a colorless, which is good. And then Positive Spark. So, yeah, you actually are going to be attacking with Plezzle with its second attack. Does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any Poke Powers. So, how many Pokemon in the 2006 format have Poke Powers? There's a lot. There's Pidgeot, Fire Red Leaf Green. There's Blastoise EX, right, from Fire Red Leaf Green. There's Jirachi, from EX Deoxys, right? The list goes on and on, right? So this is actually a fantastic card. So even if you're able to get it off for a couple turns, right? Being able to weaken your opponent's Pokemon so you put them in range of a one-hit KO with Ludicargo is actually pretty fantastic. One retreat cost and weak to fighting. Let's be honest, with a weakness to fighting, it don't really matter. It's going to get knocked out anyway because it only has like 60 HP, right? So that's the Pokemon. On to the trainer cards. So we'll start with the supporters. Play 4 Celio's Network, 3 Steven's Advice, 2 Rocket's Admin, and a Mr. Briney's Compassion. So Celio is fantastic. Searches for any Pokemon in the deck. Nothing more to say. Steven's Advice. This is one of the best draw cards, if not the best draw card in the entire format. Allows you to draw a number of cards equal to the number of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So with a full bench and the active, you're able to draw 6, providing you fulfill the requirement, which means you can't have 7 cards in your hand, including this one. So that's pretty good. Rocket's Admin is a good form of disruption. Each player shuffles his or her hand into the deck, and then each player draws a number of cards equal to how many prizes each person has left. Right? So this is a fantastic card. Mr. Briney's Compassion. This is a neat little one-of in here. If you're in like a lockdown situation, like let's say like a spider trap from in Ariados, or just some sort of lock that your opponent has, this here kind of frees that, right? That's it for the supporters. We'll go on to one of my other favorite cards in the deck, 4 Battle Frontier. This card, pardon me, is absolutely amazing. This is probably one of my favorite stadiums of all time. Each player's colorless, dark, and metal evolved Pokemon cannot use any Poké Powers or Pokebodies. So this here is the Pidgeot Killer, right? This here shuts down Rocklock and Dragtrode hands down, right? And especially if they don't play counter stadiums, which most should, but if they don't, then they're pretty much taking like an auto loss to this deck. It's fantastic. So that's the stadium. More into the trainers. So we got 3 Rare Candy. That allows you to evolve your basic to stage 1 or stage 2. And then the one-ofs. ATM Rock, Pokemon Retriever, POW Hand Extension, Solid Rage, Strength Charm, and Warp Point. So these here are pretty much what make the deck, like the surprise factor, being able to devolve one of your opponents or all your opponent's Pokemon, right? Getting back a evolution line in the discard pile, so it acts like a 5th Ludicolo. Being able to get a free Gust or to move an energy card from one of your opponent's Pokemon, that's fantastic. An extra 20 damage onto your attacks before applying weakness and resistance. This is only to the active. Strength Charm, which is 10 more damage before applying weakness and resistance to the active. So that's fantastic. And then a Warp Point, which is just to get your opponent to switch. So these are all fantastic, and I can't really see playing more than 1 copy of each. Maybe Warp Point, but I feel like they're pretty solid additions to the deck, and it gives it more of a surprise factor. All right, on to the energy cards. So the energy cards are, pretty standard. We got 4 water, 4 multi, 3 double rainbow, 2 scramble, a heal energy, and a hold on WP. So 4 water, obviously, because it's a water deck. Multi energy. So multi energy is actually really good because this is one of the cards that allows Puzzle to be able to attack. Right? It can use its positive spark attack, which is really good. Yeah, you can attach it to one of your evolved Pokemon too as well, right? So that's okay. It also has the effect on it where it says it provides colorless energy when attached to a Pokemon with other special energy cards. So you just got to be really careful with that. Like if you're going to attach it to a Pokemon, right? Try it like a Ludicargo. Try not to use any other special energy cards like the Scramble, the Heal, or the Hold On. If you attach a double rainbow, then the double rainbow is pretty much essentially doing the multi's job. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The double rainbow energy. So this is really good. It's a 2 energy card. It's proactive. 2 of any color. It does drop your damage by 10, but we have other ways to make it up. And one thing you just need to do is when you attach it is you just need to make sure that you're able to get the KO that you are looking for, right? Scramble energy, so another come from behind card, provides 3 of any energy as long as it's attached to an evolved Pokemon. So really good. Heal energy, so this removes 1 damage counter in all special conditions. So this here is a really good card against Flaridos. You're able to cancel that, all the effects from it, right? From the Flareon, the burn, and then the poison, and I believe it's paralyzed or asleep with the Ariados. So really good card. It's also pretty good with Mr. Briny as well because you're able to get more uses out of it, right? Hold on Energy WP is another good card. It acts like a heal energy, which it says prevents all effects excluding damage done to that Pokemon by your opponent's attacks. So that's fantastic. We don't have any psychic Pokemon in here, so we don't really have to worry about that. But that pretty much does it for the deck. So big thanks to John Kettler on his top 32 list, which is published on ptcgarchive.com. If you look under the World's 2006 standings, look for his name, you'll find his list there. So it's pretty similar. Yeah, pretty happy with it, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like the list, if any fixes that you would do to the list, like what kind of changes would you make personally. Yeah, I can't really say much more. Big thanks, and take care, everybody.